but not mine. Whatever we do today, whatever we do from this moment forward, it's His work and it's not ours. And we're looking at the grace mechanism. So if you're taking notes, sorry, you can take that down and ensure that you see that little part that says Garvin Joseph when you write that, because I'm copywriting my material. And I do not want to have to fine you for sharing that information without crediting you. When God talks to me, it's me talking to give it to you. Our text for today is taken from Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8 to 9. In the New King James Version it says, "For by grace," say grace.
Grace.
"For by grace you have been saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast." I also have it in the Contemporary English Version. And I like the Contemporary Bible because it's plain, it's common, it's the way that people talk. And it says, "You were saved by faith in God, who treats us much better than we deserve." You notice in the New King James it says grace, but this version never says grace. However, there is something very significant it says. It says we are treated much better than we deserve. And that's going to be very key to understanding what grace is and what grace is in our lives. It is a principle that we must very early on grasp. That this grace thing is much better than we deserve.
Yes.
I know you look good, you smell good, you have beautiful faces all throughout this building. Those of you who are listening via the internet, you're beautiful as well. Those of you on Facebook, you're beautiful and you're talented, you're strong, you're wise. You work and you work well. But that thing, that grace is better than we deserve. But we'll discover something that's so special about that grace in a minute. So you were saved by faith in God, who treats us much better than we deserve. This is God's gift to you, and not anything you have done on your own. It isn't something you have earned, so there is nothing you can brag about. Let's jump right in. No long talking. We'll get to discover that as we go along. One of the great misconceptions about the kingdom of God is that heaven, or that same kingdom, is where good people go when they die. That's one of the things that we tell ourselves. Heaven is where the good go. If you are a good person, you automatically go to heaven. I'm not going to blame you for thinking that. And there is some truth to it, but that isn't the key. And it's a misconception. We often tell ourselves that if the good deeds of our lives outweigh the bad deeds, God will honor it and allow us passage into His kingdom. If the good outweighs the bad, if I do one bad thing and I cover it up with 5 good ones, then I'm set. God will say, okay, you did bad, but for every one bad, you had 5 good, so you're fine. Go ahead. We measure the quality of the lives of those around us by a human sense of morality. That's what we use to measure our lives. The mirror that we naturally look at ourselves in, and the mirror that we use to look at people, or the eyes, the glasses that we use to look at people, are built on a human sense of morality. And your morality may be built on various things: where you were brought up, who your parents were, and what they taught you. The morality might be based on the music that you listen to, or the influential people that you spend time looking at. People that you listen to, quotes that you read, and books that you read, and interviews and documentaries that you listen to. Sometimes our morality is shaped by the authority figures that we meet along the way. Teachers and bosses, surrogate parents, People who come into our lives and try to shepherd us. Sometimes your sense of morality is even built on your own perception of the Word of God, or on what some teacher of the Word taught you. However, we tend to guide ourselves and measure life by human morality. Whatever lies at true north on our moral compass qualifies as good. So anything that follows that path on our compass, we say, okay, that must be a good thing. And if it's slightly to the west or slightly to the east, we say, give or take, maybe that's a gray area. And if it points south, we know it's completely wrong, it's bad, it's something that we shouldn't do. That's how we tend to gauge things. Our entire lives are spent in response to our moral compass. However, whatever sense of morality you have developed over time, of good and evil, right and wrong, good and bad, that's what we tend to use as the guide to our lives. We're chasing true north. Remember what true north is, my sense of good. I'm chasing that to ensure that we live a life that, first of all, we enjoy. That's a major key to human morality. The feel good. We're guided by the feel good. You know what it is to feel good? Come on, I'm not talking to statues and mannequins. You know what it is to feel good? Yeah, you know what feels good. And what feels good should be good. So apples are good because they taste good. Roses are good because they smell good. Cotton is good because it feels good, but some people are allergic to cotton. And some are allergic to apples. And some are allergic to roses. So how good are these things if while I enjoy it, someone doesn't?
Go ahead, my brother.
And that's the first thing. We ensure that true north lines up with what we enjoy. Alcohol feels good. I want to hear amen. Sex feels good.
Amen.
I hear amen. Like that. Be honest. I like that. Because honesty is what's going to lead us to truth.
True.
Whatever lies at true north qualifies as good. So we ensure that we enjoy our lives while simultaneously earning a spot behind the pearly gates. So we're trying to mix feel good and righteousness. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. We're going to look at the positives. Let's get some cold hard facts. Fact number one. No matter what our moral compass is built on, we can never accurately define what good is. I don't care if your moral compass was built on 5 years at Bible college. I don't care if your moral compass was built on sociology, psychology, and ethics. I don't care if your moral compass was built on the ghetto mentality. I don't care if your moral compass was built on Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, Rastafari, atheism, Pastafari, because apparently there's a religion where they worship a spaghetti monster in the sky with meatballs for eyes. Look it up. No matter what your moral compass is built on, we can never accurately define what is good. That already throws the moral compass off. Because even if there are some things that line up, hello? Even if there are some things that are on point, even though there are some things that are really true north, we never have a complete 100% full, accurate, straight on point definition of good. Because good is a way bigger word than the dictionary can account for.
Yes.
That's a fact. I'm sorry. It seems like Garvin likes to burst people's bubble every time he come and preach. Every time he come and talk. But it's fact. So we can never accurately define what is good. Second, fact. Even if we truly understand what it is to be good. So let's say we got the definition down pat. We know exactly what good is. We can never be good enough to outweigh the bad. Because bad is a natural human tendency. We do bad before we even think. We think bad before we even speak. We speak bad before we even act. We act bad before we can even conceptualize the action and line it up with the compass.
It's true.
To err is human. It's in our nature. So even if we knew what good was, we couldn't even do enough of it to outweigh the bad in God's eyes. So already it's not about good and bad, because even if you figured it out, there's not enough. Third fact, even if we did do enough good, even if we were able to do enough good to outweigh the bad, we can never get to God by merit of our goodness.
True.
Even if you tally up every lie, every petty theft, every wicked and evil thought, every bad thing that you've done, every heart that you've broken, even if you tallied it up and you say, okay, for every lie I'm going to tell 2 truths. For every time I stole, I'm going to give twice. For every time I cheated on a test, I'm going to be honest in doing something else. Even if we could tally it up and do enough good to outweigh the bad, is not good that working with God.
Yeah.
Our merit in terms of our goodness can never be enough to get to Him. I am so sorry. Let me say, I am so sorry if that is not what you came here to do. But I am not a servant of man, I am a servant of God. I say what God tells me to say. As a matter of fact, it was 10 o'clock last night and I didn't know what I was going to say. So this is not me. I know I have to preach since before Pastor go, and up till this point, I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. So if you don't like it, take it upstairs. But this is fact. And then my last fact, number 4. Even if our goodness was enough to merit a place in heaven, even if we were good enough for God to say, okay, you're so good, you're so right, you're so perfect, that I can let you in. Our goodness is not the requirement for salvation.
True.
So you see how the facts line up? We don't even know what good is. And even if we knew what good was, we cannot do enough good to take on the bad. And even if we could do enough good to take on the bad, goodness is not enough for God. And even if goodness was enough for God, it's not goodness He wants anyways. So what is the point of this whole pursuit? Trying to be good. I just want to be a good man. I just want to be a good person. I just want for when I die for people to say that he was a good person.
Oh, preach it, my brother. Preach it.
But that don't matter. That's not the point. It is not the requirement for salvation or goodness. Jesus looked at people and told them, I ain't good. Jesus, perfect, righteous, sinless, spotless, blameless Jesus, told people, I am not good. What? I don't think you really understand. Jesus, we know who Jesus is, right? We know how much of a perfect life He lived, right? He watched people dead in the face and say, I ain't good. Only one person is good. Guess who that is? So goodness is not for us. Isaiah chapter 64 verse 6. Before I get to the premise, I want you to put that up. If you can, please. You can get it. I'll wait. God, I really don't want people to scold me easy, so just make sure that what you're saying is what I'm saying. I can't take those. You know what? For the word of God, I take those. This is what we need. Amen. We'll get to where we're going. Don't worry. You'll see. You'll see how it develops. We'll see how it comes out. We have it. It says we have all. All. Say all. All. So it doesn't exclude Garvin. Doesn't exclude Pastor and Sister Joseph. Doesn't exclude the worship team, the children dancers, the big dancers. It doesn't exclude the youth. Doesn't exclude Living Word. Doesn't exclude our visitors. Say all. All. We are all like an unclean thing, and all our righteousnesses, all the good you could do, your moral compass, your good versus your bad, your merit of righteousness is like a filthy rag. That's not nice, is it? That all the good things that you've ever tried to do, the better person that you've tried to be, is like a filthy rag, worthless. You think all you wearing filthy rags this morning? Or some of the brands you all have on? Don't be afraid to tell me. If it's a Chinese brand, I ain't gonna laugh at you in public. We wear expensive clothes. I come to church in jeans today because it's me that preaching and I'm better than you. I can do what I want. These are Levi's. Classic. Strong thing, not Chinese Levi's. Signature style. I can show you the tag. The tag you ever see a great tag? I'm just playing. But even this doesn't mean nothing, because as good as it is, it's a filthy rag. True. And even while I'm wearing these nice Levi's, the good in me is a filthy rag. We all fade as a leaf, and our iniquities, like the wind, have taken us away. So even if the good outweigh the bad has already swept us up. It's already disqualified us. This isn't what somebody wants to hear, but even if you live a perfect life, Adam's sin still disqualifies you. So we cannot get anywhere on the merit of good and bad. The premise is that God's salvation plan does not begin with how good we are when He finds us. Because it doesn't rely on how good we can be. The plan for salvation, to save us, to redeem us, to take away the bad, the evil, the wrong that's on the inside of us, to save us from ourselves. It doesn't begin with how good we are. So you're here today, you might be good, you might not be good, you might be so-so in between, you might have it figured out, you might not have it figured out. God's plan doesn't rely on how good you can be. So although I apologize about telling you that being good isn't worth anything, I really don't apologize, because there's something better. Amen? There's something better. Salvation is not a product of our best effort at being righteous, but it is the work of His amazing grace. Amen. That's why it's His work, not mine. That's why it's what He does, not me. It's not a product of me trying to get it good. That helps so much, because we fail every day at being good. Come on, am I talking to real people? We fail every day. There are moments when we should have, could have, would have done something right and we didn't do it. But thank God that Him saving me doesn't rely on how many times I mess it up. True. How many times I fail at being good, or how many good things I could possibly wrap up for my day. It's His amazing grace.
Yeah.
And we thank God for grace. Amen?
Amen.
When the scales of eternity rest on our goodness, they will always tilt towards damnation. We look at eternity and we put it in the balance, and it rests on our goodness, it always tilts towards damnation. But when the scales of eternity rest on God's grace, they always tilt towards eternal life.
Yeah.
When we rest on His grace, come on, somebody ought to be more grateful than that.
Yes, yes.
That grace is what puts us in that position.
Oh yeah.
And when I rest on the grace of God, I'm always leaning towards eternal life, towards an eternity with Him. That I don't have to die. I don't have to suffer for the wrong that I've done. When I lean, when I let my scale rest on His grace. When the scales of our lives rest on our best attempt, they always tilt towards failure and heartbreak and disappointment. When we let our lives rest on how good we can do, we always leaning towards failure. And you might get it right, but you got a long way to go. You might not get your heart broken, but you're really close to it when you're trying to be good on your own. You might actually get what you want, but you're leaning too close to disappointment when you rest on your own efforts. But when the scale of life rests on God's grace, they always tilt towards joy, peace, and prosperity. So even if I fail, I'm still joyful. Even if my heart is broken, I still have peace. And even if I'm disappointed, I will prosper. Because my scale is tipping closer to that side.
Oh my God.
When it lies on God's grace. When the scales of our problems rest on our understanding, they always tilt towards confusion and depression. So if you're having a problem with dealing with the loss of a loved one, or you're having a problem with your marriage, or you're having a problem with securing a job, or you're having problems on your job, and you're trying to let that rest on how well you can decipher the issue, so that you can bring a solution. When things ain't going right in your family, and there's tension in relationships and friendships, and you try to let that balance on how much you can understand, you always leaning closer to confusion and
Yes.
But when the scales of our problems, glory to God, lie on God's grace, they tilt towards real answers, real solutions, and our best outcome. That's when we get it sorted out. Now you know what's the great thing about a scale? Maybe not the modern scales that we have, but you think of the old school scale or a balance. But think about a seesaw. Tilting left and right, left and right. What really gives it the ability to tilt on either side is that pivot. It's what's in the center that determines how the scale really moves. And when we try to put ourselves in the center of life, when we try to put ourselves in the center of eternity, when we try to put ourselves at the center of our problems, we never tilt it on the right side because we're off center. We're not big enough to bear the scale, far less for the weight of the scale. We don't have the ability. That's why we always depressed. That's why we always confused. That's why everything we do failing. Every business we open, close it down. Because we open in business trying to balance the scale for ourselves. We're handling problems trying to balance the scale for ourselves. We're handling our depression and our confusion with life and our problems trying to balance the scale on ourselves. Trying to be at the center. But when you put Jesus at the center, come on now, when you put Jesus at the center of your scale, that's a perfect balance. That's a perfect balance. He lies true to the middle, and He keeps everything in line. And then He's so fallen for His children. Sorry, God. But He's so biased to you. He tilts the scale on your side. He tilts the joy on your side. He tilts the peace on your side.
Hallelujah.
Answers on your side. When you put Jesus in the center of everything,
Yes.
you're the winner. All he does is balance.
Hey. Hallelujah. Oh yes.
All he has to do. That's all we need is just to let him balance the scale. Our biggest obstacle to achieving anything, even salvation, is the mindset that we can make it happen for ourselves, by ourselves. People like to wear FUBU. You know what FUBU means? For us, by us. So if I get a job, it's for me, by me. If this marriage don't work out, it's for me, by me. If I get to heaven, it's for me, by me. If my children get saved and live right, it's for me, by me. And that's all we have. All we have is a FUBU mentality. But you know what happened with FUBU? Nobody don't wear it. FUBU don't work. You go out now, 100 people wear Nike, Jordan, some of the rich ones wearing Louis Vuitton. A couple of our ladies have land shoe, amen. And you come in the mix with a FUBU. You're a boo-boo. Because trying to do it on our own is our obstacle. That's what puts your swag off. Child of God, visitor, friend, brother, families, stop wearing FUBU. Stop trying to do it all for yourself, by yourself. We like to say that if something works out, we must be credited for it. We always have to play a part and we always have to be recognized. That's why we have a bunch of people that still lost. A bunch of people that make money but they still broke. A bunch of people that have everything around them but no love inside.
True.
That's why we have millionaires committing suicide. I have billionaires succumbing to drug abuse because it's never enough. All the goodness that we can chase after is never enough because the scale is never going to be on our side. That's why we can't do it for ourselves. But that mindset is the reason why we like to say that we'll come to God when we're ready. We come when we feel like we've done good enough to qualify. So you don't want to really come to church because you don't feel like your life is in the right place. You do too much, you say too much, you have too much wrong going on, and you want to wait until you can eliminate some of that. Do it for yourself, by yourself. And prep up, say, okay, God, I'm ready. Or we try to come when we have achieved our own idea of righteousness. So we feel like church is for the people that already have it together. You ever see good cars in a mechanic shop? You ever see healthy people by the doctor? So the church, even though it's the gathering of the righteous, the church is not for the righteous.
True.
It's not for good people.
That's right.
Living world is a nice place. But living world is not for good people.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the end, none of us are going up. We're all just chasing after the one who's good. We try to come when we've made all the necessary preparations. So I put my life in order. I sweep and mop my house. My kitchen clean. Everything nice and dandy. So now I think God ready to come in. But God is a cleaner. He's a fixer. He don't want you to fix it. He wants to come and do the job.
Yes.
He wants to come and make the preparation. He wants to bring His grace mechanism into your life and rectify everything. Let Him prepare you. Amen. Or we like to come after we've already failed and we have done everything that we could possibly do. when we are at our wits' end, when we are at our lowest point, when the rope is on its last string. We feel like I've done it all, I've tried to do everything for me, by me, and it ain't work out. And I'm at the last of my last, and I'm really just going to give up, and I think, no, I can come to it because I've made my best effort. And you know, that is why we never come. Because we never feel good enough to qualify. We never achieve a sense of righteousness. We know. We have a conscience. We're conscious of the fact that we're not good enough. We can never make all the preparations necessary. But we always end up in a place where we've done all we can. So what's keeping you back? It's the mindset. But in spite of all of that, even if we don't feel like we've done good enough to qualify, even if you feel like you haven't hit the mark yet, even if you feel like you're not ready, you haven't made the preparations, and your life is still dirty, you're still marred, you're still scarred, you still have a lot of wrongs that you need to make right, it's okay. Because that's where the grace of God comes in. That's what the grace of God is for. To make you feel and make you know that you are good enough. Even when you don't deserve it. To let you know that righteousness is not for you to achieve. To let you know that it's okay if you're not prepared. I'll make the preparations. And to let you know that after you've done everything you can do, I can still tell you something about the grace of God. The grace of God is not deserved. We can't earn that. We cannot buy that. We don't deserve it. One drop of ink on a white t-shirt is enough to spoil it. So regardless of all the good that we can do, we don't deserve the grace. We cannot earn the grace. We cannot work to undo this thing on our own. We cannot pay enough to buy our way into the grace of God. But you don't need to buy it because it is a gift. Amen. The grace of God is a gift. Amen. So why are you trying to deserve a gift? Why are you trying to earn a gift? Why are you trying to buy a gift? The grace of God is free. Oh, yes. Why are you trying to work to earn something that's free? Amen. Why are you trying to work to buy something that is free? The grace of God, even further, is always in stock. You can outrun grace. You cannot outuse grace. There's not enough of us in the existence of this entire universe rolled over 1,000 times to take up all the grace that is available. It's always in stock. The grace is always available. Grace is all purpose. How many people just put all purpose seasoning in food? And regardless of what food you make, it all-purpose seasoning will work. But the grace is more all-purpose than your all-purpose seasoning. It takes care of financial problems. Amen? The grace of God takes care of emotional distress. The grace of God takes care of psychological damage. The grace of God takes care of your past, your mistakes, your sins, the things that people hold you accountable for. The grace of God takes care of the lies that the enemy is telling on you. Yes. The grace of God takes care of everything. Even your sin that you feel is too much. There's grace for that. Grace works in all ways. So if your life isn't good enough, all you need is a little bit of all-purpose grace. And the last thing about the grace of God, it's yours. It's yours. It's yours. Look at yourself. The grace of God is yours. God's grace is the arm of His eternal love stretched out to us. No terms and conditions apply. None. You hear those nice commercials? Top up now, $100 to get free credit. Beer to the last thing they have to say is that there's some things you have to do, and there are things that make you ineligible. There's ways that you can gain this, and there's ways that you're not able to gain it. But there's a difference with God's grace.
Hallelujah.
It's that there is no term, there's no condition, there's no exclusiveness to it. The grace of God is not for the elite. It's not for the rich. It's not just for the poor. It's not just for the brokenhearted. It's not just for one set. The grace of God is free to everybody.
Yes.
It's eternal love. Everything that God's love is His grace. His full-scale love for us is extended to us in grace. And there is nothing that you have to do to qualify.
True. Amen.
You are already qualified. As long as your heart is beating, you qualify. As long as you're alive, you qualify. It doesn't matter how much sin is in your life. As long as you woke up this morning, you qualify. The grace is available. It's yours. And you ain't got nothing except one thing. The key, the only key that unlocks the grace of God is to believe. That's all. That's all. That's not a term, that's not a condition. That's just a knife to open the box. That's just a way to peel off the wrapping paper on the gift. That's just the key to unlock the door to everything inside. That's all it is. Is to believe. To believe. That's all you have to do to unlock God's grace. You don't have to fix yourself. You don't have to change your life. He'll change it. You don't have to fight to stop your dirty habit. He'll stop it. He'll work with you right where you are. Right in the middle of the mess of your life. Right where you feel like you're not good. Right where you feel like things are too much. The only thing that you have to do to unlock that grace is to believe. That's all. Only the hand of faith can rightfully take hold of and receive the gift of grace that the Father wants to give. The only way we can fully grasp God's grace, the only hand that is able to hold God's grace is that faith extending out of us. When you believe, Paul and Silas were in prison. And things happened, things shook up and changed, and these guys were free. I don't got to hear the whole story because the important part is when they asked them, what do we have to do to be saved? He said, all you have to do is believe in what? Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. And you need grace today. But it's going to take belief. We all need grace. Because we all need to be saved from something. Every last one of us, we need grace. Grace is necessary for all of us because we all need saving. Ephesians chapter 2 verse 8, for by grace we are saved. And we all need to be saved. First off, we need to be saved from sin. We need to be saved from death, eternal death. A life estranged from the Father. We all need to be saved from failure. The recurring cycle of nothing working, nothing reaping benefits, nothing bearing fruit. We need to be saved from that. We all need to be saved from depression. That sadness, that gloomy, dark weather, that cloud hanging over our lives that we can't escape. We need to be saved from sickness and disease. We need to be saved from poverty and lack. Our people have gone poor for too long, having nothing. We need to be saved from the accusations and the lies of the devil, trying to hold us bound to our past. The mistakes that we made yesterday, the things that we did before, the bad name they used to call us. We need to be saved from that. We need to be saved from the temptation of the enemy to do wrong. We need to be saved from that desire to always do the thing that we know we shouldn't do. We need to be saved from ourselves. That person that you cannot look at in the mirror. That person that you hate to see. That person that you find it hard to love. You need to be saved from that. Even yourself. And the list goes on and on and on. We can continue. But no matter what you're in right now, you need to be saved. No matter what the situation or the circumstance is, we all need to be rescued from something. And you don't have to put up your hand, you don't have to say anything. But be honest with yourself. There's something that you need saving from. No matter what it is. And our situation may vary. But we're all drowning. We're all sinking. The water is rising high. And we're losing the will to fight. And we all need to be rescued. We all need a lifeline. God is ready and willing to save us. He's ready. He's looking at you in the midst of your problem and your pain. And He is ready to rescue you. In the midst of your sadness and your depression, your brokenheartedness, He's ready to rescue you. And it's something that only He can do. Only God is able to save. It's not a work that we can do. Because if we were able to do the work, we would brag too much. That's why it's out of our hands. No matter what the need is, it can only be handled by the work of God's grace. No matter what you're going through, no matter what the problem is, no matter how big it seems, there is an even bigger grace that is able to work on our behalf. No matter what the need is, it can only be handled by the work of God's grace. Be honest with yourself. Do you want grace? Grace for your pain, grace for your problems, grace for your mistakes and your sin, grace for your past, grace for your errors and your shortcomings. Do you need grace today? Be honest with yourself. Is there something that's going on? Is there something that isn't right? Something that you've been fighting for way too long. And you say, I need grace because I've tried to do it for myself. Garvin, I've tried to be good enough. I've tried to qualify. I've tried to right the wrongs. I've tried to swim upstream. And I always get pulled back down in the current. And the only thing that can pull you forward is grace. If you need that, you have only one task. Is to believe. Believe in John 3:16 that God loved the world so much that He gave grace. His only Son, whom the world did not deserve, who was too perfect to suffer for us. He gave that. And then the requirement, the key, is that whoever believes would not have to suffer, would not have to perish, would not have to die where they are. You're going through something today. Listen to me. You are going through something today, but you do not have to perish in it. You're facing something right now in your life. It's a tough season. You're struggling. Every day is another fight. You cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're stuck in the same mud over and over. No matter how much you try to pull yourself out, you keep getting stuck again. But whosoever believes will not perish. You will not succumb to this thing. You have what it takes to make it out because God's all-purpose grace is available. And if you would only believe, you won't die in this thing, but you will live, and you will live forever.
Yes.
You will outlive the problem. You will outlive your test. You will outlive your trial. You will outlive your circumstances. You will outlive the lies. You will outlive society's view of you. You will live way longer than this problem that you are in because you believe. And today there's somebody in here who just needs to believe. You're here today and you're struggling. I know. I struggle too sometimes. I'm not always winning the battle. There are days where I feel like giving up. Can I talk?
Yeah.
Can I tell y'all? I mean, you'll listen to me if I talk to you?
No.
There are days where I don't want to do it. There are days where I don't feel good enough. There are days when I look at myself in the mirror and I know that I don't qualify. If we had to tick off good versus bad, I wouldn't be the person to talk to you this morning, trust me. If we had to look at the account of who's right for the job, I wouldn't be at the top of the list. I probably not even good enough to be at the bottom. I look at life sometimes and I wonder what's the use. Why fight? Why try to kick against the tides? It is what it is. There are days where I'm sinking too and I'm drowning. This is real. When it gets way too hard and I feel like it would be better for me to just run away. Close myself off and be somewhere where I don't have to deal with these things and where these things don't have to deal with me. But then I remember His grace. I remember His grace, and the grace of God is the only reason why I'm right here. Because it's enough. And even when I look at all of my problems, His grace is enough. And even when I look at all of the times that I, Garvin, Joseph, have failed, His grace is enough. His grace is all purpose, and it reaches out to every one of my needs. It reaches to everything that I have not done. It reaches to everything that I have not achieved. It reaches to every evil thing that I have done. It overcomes all of the good that I could possibly do to right my wrongs. It's His grace that rescues me every time I feel like I'm drowning. And the only reason His grace is able to do that is because I believe. I believe that Jesus is the Son of God. I believe that He was born perfect. I believe that He never sinned one day in His life. And even though He didn't sin, He died for me. He died for my failures.
Hallelujah.
He died for my mistakes.
Oh yeah.
He died for every day I feel like I'm drowning. He died for every time I did wrong. He died for every time I disappointed somebody and I broke their heart. He died for every time I didn't do what I needed to do. He died every time I wasn't good enough. He died for that. And then after He died, He beat them so bad and He rose again. And He gave me that victory.
Oh hallelujah. Oh.
So now every time that I drown, I'm victorious. Every time I fail, I am victorious because I believe in His grace. Every time that I'm not good enough, I feel like I can win because of His grace. It's His work, not mine. And He wants to do His work in you. And all you have to do is believe. So if you look at your life for just 5 seconds, and you can find only one thing, just one, that you need to be saved from. You can find one place where you need to be rescued. You can look at your life and find just one pool that's too much for you to bear to drown. I want you to open your heart today to the grace of God. Because there's just enough grace for you. There's not enough good work in you, but there's more than enough grace in you. So open your heart, open your life. Let go. Stop trying to do the work and believe in the Father's grace.
Jesus. Hallelujah.
Whatever you want, say the word, I'll obey. Wherever you want me to go, take my hand, show me the way. If you need someone to climb the rugged hill, no matter what's the cost, here am I. Oh Lord, oh Lord, here am I. Oh Lord, I'll do your will. Yes, I will. I'll do your will.